Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Frost and I'm already, and welcome back to another Call of Duty video. Hell yeah, hope you guys are doing alright on this fine, whatever day this gets uploaded on. It's usually Sunday, but I don't know because my schedule has been whack lately. But yeah, anyway, whatever day this is uploaded on, I hope you're having a good one regardless. Yeah, welcome to what we know about Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 with Vanguard in the background because it's the current game, but Modern Warfare 2 is the next game. You get the gist of it, right? I did the same thing with Black Ops Cold War and Vanguard. I like doing these every year, even though I only started it last year, but whatever, right? But yeah. Also in the background, sorry for the gameplay, you are going to see a mix of both zombies and multiplayer, purely because, and this is a side rant, Vanguard multiplayer, I see that the casuals have kind of dropped off and now it's just a sweat pit. But that's a video for another time, I think. Today we are going to talk about, as I said, the things we know about Modern Warfare 2. Now, I just want to point out I'm not going to be able to cover everything in this video. I'm going to be covering the main things between campaign, multiplayer, Warzone 2 and the possible DMZ mode that's been talked about. But let's start with campaign. Right, campaign is going to follow after Modern Warfare 2019, this we already know, and it's going to follow in the steps of Task Force 141. Now, who's part of Task Force 141, I bet you're asking? Well, boy howdy, let me tell you. You've got Price returning, you've got Ghost, you've got I believe Roach is making a return, Soap's going to be there. There's also a new guy called Alejandro Vargas. Never heard of him before, he's new completely. He wasn't in any of the, the other Modern Warfares, he wasn't in 2019, he wasn't even mentioned in 2019 I don't think, but he's here now, which is cool, Now, here's the thing I want to ask, Infinity Ward, where's Sandman? Bring my boy back. He didn't deserve to die in Modern Warfare 3. Bring him back, please. At least mention him. Bring Sandman. I'm going to start a petition on Twitter, right? And you want to sign it, let me know. Bring Sandman back. I don't care about the other ones like Grinch and whatever the other one was called. Bring Sandman back, alright? Do it. Modern Warfare 3, I want to see him return, right? I do. But Modern Warfare 2, that's really all I know about the story. It's probably going to follow somewhat after. Will it, I don't know who the main enemy is. Will it be Makarov? Probably not. Will it be Al-Assad? Possibly. I don't know too much about it, so we're not going to talk for too much longer on it. But yeah, basically that's pretty much all you need to know about the campaign, is that it's going to follow in the footsteps of Task Force 141. You're going to have the main crew back. Is anyone going to die this time? Who knows? Possibly. But yeah, let's just go with that. Now, moving on to the multiplayer. Well, I want to talk about the game in general first, like the game as a general, because this is actually really interesting. For the first time in ever, I want to say, or maybe from the Star games, but for the first time in what feels like forever, Call of Duty is no longer going to be, well, for this game specifically, is no longer going to be in a yearly release, which is, I was shocked when I heard this. Obviously, it's been news for a while. You've probably seen any other Call of Duty content creator say it at least once. But Modern Warfare 2, well, this one anyway, Modern Warfare 2 remastered, it's not remastered, this is Modern Warfare 2, but whatever. Modern Warfare 2 is going to span from 2022 release date, and we won't get another game until 2024, which will most likely be a Treyarch game. Speaking of Treyarch, Modern Warfare 2 is going to be not just worked on by Infinity Ward, it's also going to have help from Treyarch and probably Sledgehammer as well, and obviously Raven because they make Warzone, which is, this is the first time we've seen them more or less all work together. We've seen Treyarch and Sledgehammer work together, obviously, that's what the whole kind of Vanguard thing was, and that, whatever you want to say about that, feel free to discuss your opinions, but yeah. So, let's move on to the trailers and stuff we've seen to the game. The game looks good, I'll admit. Graphically, it looks amazing. Okay? There's not much really to add to this point. The game just really looks good. Now, the thing about being hyped for it is generally hype. You hype yourself up and then the game might not be what you expected and you're very disappointed with it. So I don't generally tend to hype myself up about games anymore because multiplayer games specifically for the last few years have been very lackluster, I think. Maybe just me, but I don't tend to hype myself up about them. But I would be lying if I said I didn't feel a little bit excited for this game. Okay? So, you know, if it's disappointing on launch, which I hope it isn't, I'm not going to jinx anything because it does come out pretty soon. I believe it comes out in October, so like a month away. You know, if you know basic math, that is, unless you're watching into the future. In that case, it might be like a week away, who knows. But yeah, moving on, multiplayer. Let's not, you know, jitter on anymore about absolute nonsense. Anyway, multiplayer. What do we know about multiplayer? Well, there's been some maps shown, such as Grand Prix, which actually looks really fun. It's like an F1 map. There's another one called Farm 18, I think it's called. It's Farm something. I think it's 18, which looks interesting. It looks like your basic kind of farm map, I guess you could say. To be honest, there's not much really to say on it. It looks like your just average farm map, but it does look fun. Yeah, I imagine we'll get some classics. I imagine Shipment's going to return. That's, you know, like a classic. Weapons, again, probably you're going to get like a lot of the fan favourites from Modern Warfare 2019 returning. I'm not really sure. I don't have like a full weapon list of what's coming, and I don't like to listen to leaks either, because generally, unless it's confirmed by Activision, Treyarch or Infinity Ward or anyone who makes the game, then I do not believe a leak. Even they could be the most like respectable leaker in the community, I don't care. You know, your theory might be interesting, but unless it's confirmed, I'm not going to listen to you, alright? And again, that might just be me. Don't take it personally, I just don't like listening to things, because then, as I said with hype, you get yourself worked up about something coming, you know, and it just doesn't come. This applies to basically any game. I don't know why I'm applying, I don't know why I'm even talking about it really, but yeah, I don't believe leakers, right? But I imagine you're going to get weapons like the MP5 and, you know, fan favourites, and you're obviously going to get new weapons as well, because you can't just recycle old weapons. So I'm excited to see what they come up with for that, because it does seem very much interesting. Now the multiplayer is obviously going to be what I imagine most of us are going to be playing. However, I don't have much to talk about it other than I am excited, but if there's a leak or something, I'm not going to be covering it, because, as I said, I generally don't believe them. So, maybe just me, but let's move on. There's another big thing I want to talk about, and it's a DMZ mode. This has been talked about for ages. And it's like a third mode. Well, I would say third mode, but you have Warzone, but it's another mode coming to the game, and apparently it's meant to be launched later on in the game's life cycle. So, it might be 2023 before we actually see it. But there's a DMZ mode, and apparently, from what everyone's saying, it's going to be like Escape from Tarkov. Like an extraction kind of mode. Now, I don't know how they're going to do it, but my god, it seems interesting, and I do really want to see it in the game. Not much has been spoken about it, and it came from a leak originally, but then a lot of Call of Duty YouTubers started like talking about it and said it is coming. So there's not really a leak anymore per se, because apparently Activision revealed it to them and then they revealed it to us. So basically, this is like maybe like the one leak that I give an exception to, but I do hope it comes. It does seem very much interesting. A Call of Duty Escape from Tarkov mode. Never heard of it before. But let me tell you something, if it comes, I'm going to make content on it. Now, you're going to be like, oh, you hypocrite, you don't make content on Warzone, you absolute fanny. What are you on about? Yeah, I don't make content on Warzone because I don't care about Warzone. Battle Royales have never interested me in the slightest. I didn't play Fortnite, didn't play PUBG. I think I played a slight bit of Blackout and then got bored of it and then just went back to Black Ops 4 multiplayer. So yeah, I don't care about Warzone, and there's a Warzone 2 coming out. I will briefly touch on that in a minute. But yeah, this DMZ mode, this has potential. Now keep in mind, I've never played Tarkov. It's way too hard for my small little smooth brain to comprehend. But from what I've seen, you know, of it, it's like an interesting concept. And so to have that in Call of Duty, I'm not sure how it's going to work, but I would like to know how it works, you know. If this is actually going to come to Modern Warfare 2, I'm very curious to see how it goes, because It's a very interesting concept, one that you wouldn't think of for like a, you know, Call of Duty especially. So yeah, let's just hope it doesn't flop like Battlefield Hazard Zone, right? Let's just pray for that. But yeah, anyway, next, Warzone 2. Oh joy. Now, I've said it many times on my channel, I do not give a shit about Warzone, but for those of you that might care, I will mention it here. Essentially, you're getting another Warzone. I don't know if the story's going to stay the same as it did, you know, previously. Probably not. You're going to get like a new story, new map, I imagine as well, because, you know, that's generally how these things work when you get a sequel. And yeah, so Warzone 2 is coming. Will it be in Verdansk? Probably not, unless they're going to rework Verdansk maybe. That might happen, possibly, I don't know. I'm not keeping up much with Warzone news, because as I said, I genuinely do not care about it. So anything I'm mentioning here, do take it with a grain of salt, because I don't know what I'm talking about. I'll just say that now. For Warzone, other stuff I've got like quite a hunch on, but for Warzone, not so much. But yeah, you are getting a Warzone 2, so enjoy that, I suppose. Am I going to play it? No, I'm not. Don't expect content in Warzone, just as you wouldn't expect content from Warzone 1 on this channel. So, you know, sorry to maybe disappoint you, but I'm not playing it. It does not interest me in the slightest, and I have no intention to play it. But that's going to be enough from me. A short video, but I feel like I've captured the main 4 points in like a very brief way that makes me in some way sound delusional and don't know what I'm talking about, but also makes you somewhat guaranteed to know what's coming. That was a very harsh description, but you get the point, right? Anyway, I've been your boy Frost. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. More content to come for Call of Duty as a series, I suppose. And yeah, with that being said, peace.